Last time on Dungeon Dads, as a wise man once said, that was some weird shit. We ran into a strange woman named Handa who appeared to be giving birth to the baby of a god that was also a mountain. There were a lot of rocks involved. And our wolf is getting ready to spit something out, and then he did. Either way, we made it to the top of the mountain, found Mr. Percy and the Cloudsack family, managed to render aid to them, and now I think it's time to meet a god. Fellas, you know what time it is.
Is it time for Dungeon Dads?
It's time for Dungeon Dads.
Heroes rise, heroes fall. I see them on the front line, standing tall. They're risking life and limb to answer the call. But what they fighting for? Don't know, don't care, just along for the ride. But everyone must in. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna win inside.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast.
Woo!
As always, you have come to the Dungeon Dads podcast featuring Sam Frank as Abel Rockbrother. Great intro.
Switching up the order, man.
I'm not switching up the order. What are you talking about?
I wasn't ready yet. I thought you were going to do John and then Tim and then me, but here I am, ready to go.
And let's do it in the opposite order of what you just said. Tim Carr.
Hey,
playing
everybody.
Filnir Omajira. How's it going, Tim?
Yes, I am. I am playing Filnir Omajira.
And finally, second to last, and also second to least.
Don't you fucking say my name. Don't you fucking say my name.
John Watson playing Iona Silheavine. What's up, John? No, I got your back.
You got my back. I got your front. How about that?
I know you do. I know you do.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? And finally, I am your DM, Tom Blaylock, introducing myself last for the very first time and also the very last time in this podcast.
That's right.
Just because Tim called me out on it before.
Last week's bonus episode. Yeah.
Yep. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, man, that last episode, it wasn't a cliffhanger by any means, but it's more like a stare hanger. You guys opened up this secret tunnel. Abel got to feel his hand, like a real hand on his arm, in order to open up that latch.
His preferred hand.
It was his preferred hand. I hope he gets to do something else with it soon enough.
I wonder if it'd feel like a stranger.
Yeah. Well, probably. Yeah. Are you guys ready to go up these stairs?
Let's do this thing.
I think
So-
we've come too far to not go up the stairs.
I think so. So this lichen is making the hallway up the stairs glow. And the last thing you saw.
I have a question. I'm sorry.
Yes. No, it's okay.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. You were going to say the last thing we saw.
Well, I was going to say
And
the
my
last thing
question
you
will be
saw
after that.
was that Pawson the winter wolf just vomited up on these stairs, and then this sort of goo formed and snuck up the wall and became a photorealistic image of the warlock that once rode Pawson. And that warlock had her hand on the shape of something that was just the outline of what looked like could be a wolf on there.
How
Go ahead,
many
Sam.
other outlines do we see on the wall?
So you'll have to go
sort
up
of
the
go
stairs.
on into the distance, or is there a sort of a limited number?
So you have to go up the stairs, but
Mhm.
when you opened the door, you saw 10 maybe. They're spaced about 10 to 15 feet apart on alternating sides of the stairs on the way up. It's not like the terracotta army in in the old Forbidden City. It's more like portraits, in a in Hogwarts or something like that. So there's plenty, but it's not like an army of them.
Okay, so if we are, I mean, I guess I'm looking at this as an indication for how many sort of powerful agents of the mountain are in the field. We're saying more than 10, but less than 100.
Well, you'll have to walk up the stairs, but
Was there an outline before her picture went up of her, or was there?
yes,
Okay,
yes, he threw up in front of an outline that filled in
Got it.
her.
okay, I
Yeah.
must have missed that detail.
Yeah.
I think that's in the running for sentences to take out of context from this podcast. He threw up in front of an outline that filled in her.
Yeah, that is weird. So are you guys gonna head up?
Yeah, we're heading up the stairs, and I'm
So-
counting as we go.
Before I do, I just want to turn to Mr.
Cast
Percy.
mage armor.
Yeah.
I just want to walk to Mr. Percy and I'll say I am so sorry. I need to leave you one more time, but I must know what's going on in this mountain. Please stay here with the family and we shall return.
Ionis, I would do anything for you. This hallway was not here before you came. I cannot vouch for what you will find up there. I will tell you that when we first arrived here, Vinay and the others forced me to walk down the ladder over there. And he points where you had originally come up through from the lower part of this cave.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He says, the place where we fought the Durgar, the teleportation circle, there is it is no longer there. There is just a strange image of a tree where there was once the teleportation circle. I thought we might be able to travel back to Monterre through it. I would have done anything to have escaped this place.
Again,
Strange mountain, indeed, sir.
it is indeed. I feel responsible for our current predicament, Mr. Percy, and again I apologize. I just need to venture in to figure out a way to gain control of our situation. I cannot act unless I know all the players on the board.
Is this a private conversation, or was it within earshot of Filner?
If you guys were walking, I didn't go yet. If you guys were walking, I don't know. I just turned around and talked to Mr. Percy. I'm not being quiet.
Right.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Okay. You said a portal changed to an image of a tree. Do you mind? Were you able to recognize the type of tree?
Oh, I'm not that kind of servant, sir. It didn't
No,
look
but-
like a sausage.
Fair enough.
Well-
We will perhaps we can examine it after this meeting or whatever this is over.
Yes, I agree, Filnir. I was going to suggest the exact same thing. Mr. Percy, if you are comfortable, we must find out what's going on, but please just remain here and we shall return. If you need me, just open the chest.
You're a good man, Ionis, and I
Thank-
very much appreciate the man you've grown into.
Well, you are a better man, Mr. Percy, and I am who I am because I've known men like you.
Filner wipes a single tear from his cheek.
Be safe, sir.
I will, and I shall return.
And before you go, he looks around. He says, "The Hawkeys took my lady's spear. She's quite good with it. Do you think you might leave us with something, just in case it is a while before you return? There are noises in this cave.
Sure. Abel. Abel.
33, 34. What?
Might I have a spear, sir?
Oh, you made me lose count. All right. Yeah, sure. Here you go.
I'm pretty sure you said 34, but I don't know which one you were counting.
I hand Mr. Percy the spear.
Okay.
I've got an extra dagger, too. I can slide across the ground over to him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you both.
I'll do the same. I'll give him my dagger, too.
But if you see anything or hear anything that you think you might want to stick that spear in, you're probably better off just running.
If the children don't seem to be wanting to run very much, sir, but I will do my best. I'm afraid I have failed at protecting them already once. I shall not run from them.
Stay strong, Mr. Percy. We shall return. You know how to contact me.
I do, sir.
All right. With that, I give him the weapons, and I turn around and walk with Abel and Filnir.
Okay. So the first two outlines of people that you see are just that, they're outlines. And then, so it goes left, right. There's about 10 to 15 feet between them, which is about 6 or 7 steps between these outlines. And then you start to get to similar photorealistic images, although they're covered in dirt and grime as you start to get up toward the top of the mountain. You count another 12 that are these photorealistic images. So you see a few dwarves that are in, full plate with warhammers and shields. You recognize one of them is wearing all of the accoutrement of a follower of Moradin, which is the dwarven mountain god, and then you see a few humans that are dressed in Filnir. You would recognize their attire. They are one looks like he is from Neverwinter. He is dressed in the super common black cloak that is tied down to about mid chest. So it's a cape, but it's sort of half cloak.
Okay.
That sort of opens up and sort of flows to the back. And then a Waterdavian person that is photorealistic there. And then you get to a series of several women, mostly elves, as you go up. And then there's another blank spot. And then you keep going. There's more photorealistic things. There's a couple of gnomes, a few deep gnomes. This is, they're getting older and older as you go up, so it's just like more covered in dirt and grime as you get up. And then, sure, go ahead, Sam.
How many unfilled outlines were there?
You've now passed 6 unfilled outlines.
Okay.
And then
including Pawson?
No, not including Pawson.
Okay.
So that's 7 including Pawson.
Okay.
And Pawson is coming up behind you all. So he is in the very rear. Handa is walking between Pawson and, I'm guessing, Ionis. I'm guessing This is either Filnir or Abel in the front, and then the other one of you, and then Ionis.
And these stairs have to be pretty big to accommodate Pawson, right?
They're big. I mean, you could walk up 2 abreast. I just, maybe why would you at this rate? I mean, you could, though, I suppose. And he is sort of squeezing in through it, and in essence cleaning off the grime from the sides of the walls as he's walking up. And Handa calls out to whoever's in front. So you guys are 2 abreast, is that right? Or just
Yeah, I
one
mean,
in front
two
of the other.
abreast is better
Okay.
than none.
Yeah.
So she calls out to the two of you up front, and she says, "Hey, once you get to the dwarf with two heads, at that point you need to stop, and I'll show you how to get in."
Dwarf with two heads.
Yeah. And you just keep walking, and
Now, do I recognize any that might look like Paraso on the wall? Since
so
I've
you
seen him
haven't
in
No.
in
Good
spiritual
thinking.
form.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
you haven't, but that's good thinking. It's good to be on the lookout for that, because you've
Because he's
seen
also hundreds
him.
of years old. So
Yeah, you've seen him in the spectral form. So so finally you get to, I mean, this thing still keeps going up, and you do get to a dwarf that has like really bright red hair, and it's braided in very, very small tails that wrap around his face and then are braided into his beard. And in his image, he is holding the heads of two slain elves. And
Hey, Bill near the dwarf with two heads.
yeah, and
I
you
see.
see that this dwarf is wearing a crown that has the symbol for Moradin on it, and the two elves both have holes in the side of their cheeks, and one of them has a what looks like kind of like a star that is tattooed on her forehead.
8 points by chance.
It has 8 points. Yes, it does. It has 8 points. And so that's, you get to the two-headed dwarf at that point.
I think we found it. Is this what you meant, Handa?
Yep, that's the one. That's the one.
How much further do these drawings go? Is it nearly endless?
Well, half elf, this is what you call a tendril. If you walk down from here, you would just keep walking. We're not going to end up back where we started if we walk down this thing.
What?
This sort of it just keeps going, and if you watch closely, you'll see that the champions of Donatus just keep reappearing over and over and over again. This is the way in, and
This is the way.
this is the way, and she puts her thumb on the tattoo of the 8-sided star, and she pushes in, and it's a physical button. So there's nothing mystical that seems to be going on here. And from behind you, so across from the dwarf with the two heads, a door appears, and it's just light. It's just light that's like surrounding this the edge of this thing. It opens up, and you realize it's actually a wooden door that was there probably before. You just didn't see it.
Right.
And it opens up, and it is another long hallway, but this one is completely clean and completely black. It looks like maybe onyx around the sides of the hallway. And Abel, whatever sound you had coming from your god is 100% gone. It is clean and clear in your brain here. And Handa says, well, if you want to be judged, you come this way. If you want to wait for this, if you want to wait for me, I'll come right back out once the thing is done.
Wait, I didn't think being judged was part of the deal.
We all judge ourselves when we get in the presence of Donatus. He don't judge. He don't care about anything.
Well, I got plenty of long practice at that. I ain't scared of nothing.
Good.
Although now, for some reason, a song just got stuck in my head. It's almost like there was room, and now I've just it just popped in there. Hold a shake gale, hold a shake gale. Tongue go numb, and your skin get pale.
This
It's almost like the noises in there wouldn't let anything else come in for a while.
this is actually a holder shack. This is this dwarf with two heads. She says this was the first one. That's his name was Holder. Was his first name, and Shek was his last name. This was the original Holder Shek. He's the one who populated this mountain here.
Single-handedly. That is impressive.
Well, he was.
Looks like he's got his hands full.
He was originally a Monterre dwarf, and he came out this way to find his fortune, and that's when he discovered Moradin himself.
We are meeting Muradin, or we are meeting
This way. So she walks in.
You said that Abel's connection to Tempest goes away somewhat. He has a clear mind. What happens to those of us that weren't connected to anybody?
I mean, you didn't. I mean, I don't know. Did you have?
You've had that song stuck in your head for weeks, John.
Yeah. Did you have a god whispering to you in your ear?
No, but I guess I'm just wondering if it's powerful enough to silence a god. Does it do anything if there's nothing else talking to me? Is there more that happens to my brain?
Are you saying that you have
Like,
nothing
what
in
if your brain is just like totally empty already?
Yeah. Space available.
If it's only me in there and not me and another god.
Yeah. Abel had this realization, but you didn't have a realization of anything like that.
So I don't feel,
and he hasn't shared it with you yet. No.
But I don't feel anything different.
I mean, you know how when you first have a big snow, maybe you don't. Yeah, you remember you were in New York.
Yeah.
That first snow comes down of the year and it's like 6 inches. And you walk out and you suddenly realize how quiet it could be in the city.
Yes.
And you can hear the wind and you can hear people's voices, but it's muffled even if they're just a few feet away from you, is like that.
Okay, interesting.
It feels quiet and calm in this place. It doesn't feel lonely and isolated. It feels calm.
Okay.
All right. So you go down this. I mean, so it's an onyx hallway, and there's light that's sort of bouncing from the end of it, maybe 200 feet away. It's a long, and then it's a pretty long hallway for like pure onyx. And she sort of walks, and all you see is the sort of shadow of her, like just her, just her outline, her silhouette as she walks down this hallway, and then she turns when she gets into the room and disappears.
Gentlemen, are you ready? I do not know what we will see, but
I must know.
I wish we had taken another 55 or so minutes to relax first, but we did not, so we will see what we have in store.
Too late now.
It is indeed.
Yeah, I begin walking after her.
And Paulson nudges you at your back, Abel. And says,
Yeah,
go. This is what you want.
aren't you coming too, Paulson?
Unfortunately, I cannot go inside that room.
Why is that? You think you would judge yourself harshly?
Yes, but also, I'm not ready to pledge myself to Filnir, and that's what he's going to ask me to do.
Well, I'll leave that alone for now. See you on the other side, brother.
Be well, and always speak true, because the mountain doesn't care one way or the other.
Duly noted.
All right.
Right. Duly noted.
Yeah. Okay. So as you guys walk down this hallway, it's very, very bright light coming into this thing, and you arrive in this room, and for a moment you're blinded. It's just so bright in this room, and as your eyes sort of adjust to the brightness, you see that it is, if you look up, it is clear sky, but almost a direct line to the sun, just shining straight down into this hole. It's like a probably 500-foot high, like round cylinder of
Like a volcanic
space.
tube almost, but perfectly
like
vertical.
a volcanic tube, but straight.
Yeah.
Super straight. And you don't have a sense of the passage of time here, but like the sun is shining straight down into this hole. And give me a perception check, anyone who's looking up at the sun here.
Well, like
And
looking up straight at the sun.
not straight at the sun, but like looking up. So like some of you, I mean, if anyone's going to be looking around the room versus
clearly
looking
it's
up.
the brightest thing in the room. Unfortunately, I rolled a 2. Sorry,
Okay.
I rolled
So
a 2.
the problem for me is that I'm going to be looking around with my ladybone glasses on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just thought about whether to put those on, but I'm going to look
Good
without
thinking.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 21.
And
with
so
my
you're
bonus.
looking up, right?
Yeah, I think I would sort of look at where the light source was and squint upward to see if it was in fact the sun or if it's coming from something else.
Wait,
And then
I have a passive perception of 16. Is that enough to notice that the other guys are putting on their ladybone glasses and then to remind me to do it too?
Sure. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
good.
I'll let you have that. And actually, 17 was the number I was looking for here on this check to be able to know this.
that's
So
what I rolled.
the walls, the walls on the way up, obviously you can't see like minute details 500 feet up, but just above this room, as this sort of like cylindrical hole goes up, you see that it is it's also onyx, and it is super precise, and it's got all of these little like divots going around, and they're perfectly parabolic, and you kind of can tell that they are basically reflecting light off of each other in such a way that as long as the sun is somewhere in the sky, it's going to reflect this light in a way that gives you the sense of the sun being straight over the hole. So it's essentially this room, this cylindrical room of mirrors, which is catching the sun no matter where it is and bringing it down into the hole.
Okay. And that's what we see with the glasses on.
So with the glasses on, you see Handa is laying down on what looks like sort of a bed of furs,
Mhm.
and she is like oddly calm, but you can see that blood is has a lot more blood than she had before between her legs, as she has like moved into a new stage of labor. um
I actually don't notice that
you don't notice that.
because I am not looking there.
Okay, you're not looking down. You're not looking down there. Yeah, John didn't look
No.
up. He looked down.
Yeah.
So um so yeah, and you actually see that the walls, so similar to the hallway that you saw, but the walls have these blue spectral images of people on them.
I'm sorry. I thought you were still talking about between her legs.
No. No. Listen, man, I'm a dad. I'm not.
I looked down and I saw the walls.
Oh, God.
No.
And still have these blue spectral images of people. Sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. Yeah. So the walls of this room have those outlines, and you can see them now, and they are really only visible with your lenders on.
Okay.
And everyone here are wearing crowns, and there are 13 people set up around the hallway. And when you sort of look around the circle, you notice that the hallway that you came in on has is now a solid rock wall, and it has that same dwarf with the two heads, except now instead of wearing armor and he's not holding the two heads, he is wearing a sort of silk blouse, and he is also sitting on a dwarven throne, also wearing a crown here. But you recognize that he is Holder Shek from the stairs.
Okay. And you're saying that the way we came is now blocked?
Yes. With your lenders on, it is blocked.
Okay.
And Tim, you're also looking around, yes?
Yeah, I was looking around first without them on, and then depending on what I saw, I would put them on. But I think he would take a glance and then try looking through them.
Yeah, so you see the kind of the same thing. There's these spectral images. The ones that are photorealistic are kind of. Give me one more perception check here.
Sure. 19.
Okay.
Total.
So the first one you look at closely, you are pretty sure you recognize him. And it was one of the spectral images that was walking after the tree grew.
Okay.
And then as you go to each one following that, you recognize each one of these drawings. They're sort of photorealistic, and then you come to one and it just makes your jaw drop. Standing there is a human wearing full plate mail armor, holding a giant great sword with a spear in his other hand. So he's got in his right hand just a giant great sword. In his left hand, he's holding a spear, and you recognize it. This is the spear that you carried around. And the face is that of Walter Faust.
Hmm.
And the next image you see is of the elf Paraso and Compiton.
Okay.
And he has nothing in his hands, but there are littered at his feet 12 crowns. And he is wearing the crown that the dwarf Holder Sheck had been wearing in his image.
Okay. It's too much to take in for me to make anything of it right in this moment, but I'm thinking.
And the lady Handa calls out and she says, "Priest,
She means you, Jonas.
priest."
The look on Sean's
Yeah.
face.
I'm sure she called you that before.
I look at Abel like he's out of his mind.
What you talking about with us?
Priest,
What is it?
priest, something ain't right. Something's not right. It nothing ever hurts in the mountain, and now it hurts. It hurts really bad. Something's not right here.
Can I do a medicine check?
Okay.
Natural 1.
Oof.
Oh,
Okay.
That's a 7. But
So tell me. When you do a medicine check, what are you checking right now? Are you going down to look at what's
no,
going
I'm
wrong?
palpating various portions of the upper body and then abdomen. Does
Okay.
that hurt? Does it hurt here?
When you feel the upper abdomen, it feels like there is a boulder inside of her.
Oh, good God.
What's wrong? What's wrong? Can you see it?
Well, no, because I'm not looking, but feels like a rock.
Something just doesn't feel right. I can't hear Donatus anymore. He was talking to me, and I can't hear him anymore.
Does this room look
I think this is
familiar
a
to you?
mistake. What's that, Tim?
I said, Handa, does this... I'm sorry for asking questions while you're in tremendous pain, but does this room look familiar to you?
I don't know. I've never been here. I got instructions through my dreams. My dream said, "Go up, push the button on the, push the star on the head of the dead elf, with Holdershek holding two heads." That's nothing is new. Everything is new for me here. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Oh God.
What do you think you are giving birth to?
It's an egg. I know it's an egg.
An egg?
It's an egg. It's the smallest. It's the smallest piece of the mountain I could possibly carry.
Piece of the mountain. Donatus! Donatus! If this is truly your realm, make it obvious to us. Speak. Anything?
You have the lenders on still, or you take them off? I'm asking. Sorry.
So I was seeing the pictures with them on, right?
Yeah.
And when they weren't on, were those pictures there?
You could not see them. No.
Okay. I think if I didn't see anything at first, I would take them off.
Okay.
Like I would probably say that with them on and look around, and then if nothing happened, I would remove them. Donatus.
Filnir? Is that you, my boy? Filnir?
Wait. This is not Donatus.
Filnir, you have been very good.
Oh shit.
Very, very proud of you.
I am glad to hear that. Are you alive? Are you well?
Well, I am alive and I am well. But to be honest, I could be better. I could be currently fighting you instead of this hulk of a man.
Yes. Well,
At first,
am-
I was very disappointed in you, and then I was very proud of you. When you wear the crown, I will enjoy taking it off of you.
I believe I can understand why you would say that now.
Yeah. This man that you have sent me in here with, he is very ill-tempered. He does not want to talk at all.
Sounds right. You speak truth.
Yes.
I hear Filnir talking to the air, and
To the air. Yes.
just
to the
out
air.
of a knee jerk reaction, I just look at him. I still got the lenders on.
So you have the lenders on. He does not have the lenders on. And standing right in front of him is a sort of scraggly looking elf who is bleeding from his right arm, and he clearly has a limp or something on his on his left leg, and he is holding in his hand a very large rock.
Does he look threatening with the rock?
No, he's like holding it. It's
Okay.
not. He's not holding it up like he's going to bash anybody or anything.
Do I see him in front of
Okay.
me?
No, you do not.
Filnir, do you see this? There's someone in front of you.
I hear.
That Filnir, do not put those ladybone on. Very bad decision.
Filnir, there's an elf. He's standing right in front of you. You don't see him?
I see nothing. I hear him.
Maybe
I
if
hear
you put your
Paraso.
glasses back on. Put them back on.
I'll put them on.
Yeah, you don't see anything there, and Ionis, you don't see the elf there anymore either.
Go.
Do I
Go.
hear him anymore?
No.
I'll take them off again.
Okay. Okay, Filnir, and Ionis, you see him back right in front of Filnir again. Filnir, here is one thing that I would like to do still. I see the priest is still with you. I would very much like to kill him.
My answer has not changed.
Well, perhaps you would like to hear my question first.
I do not think it will sway me, but I will humor you.
Maybe it will. Maybe it will not. Down below your feet, 1,000 miles, I am in flesh with Walter Faust. If you kill this man, I will open up a teleportal right down to where we are. You and your wizard friend can come down and help Herr Walter Faust defeat me. And in the meantime, allow this beautiful baby boy to be born.
Baby boy. Do you have anything to do with this baby boy?
We all make deals to get where we are, do we not?
I suppose that is true. Paraso, what has become of Donatus?
Oh, Donatus is here. He is listening. He does not care who takes his power as long as they do his will.
I see.
You can take his power. I can take his power. Priest over here definitely can take his power. Trust me on this. If Priest take his power, Priest will kill you.
I don't know how. I don't know why. But I do not believe that this dwarf and woman is having a baby boy. And I do not believe that I will be taking my friend's life to come down to get closer to you. Abel, I do not know if you can hear me, but Perisot has been speaking to me in here, and he has offered to open a portal for me and Ionis to meet him 1,000 miles underground at the small cost of your life.
Well, if I didn't like that guy before,
I can understand your sentiment. However, he does warn that somehow you taking power in here will pit you against me.
well, I don't plan on taking nothing from nobody.
Perfect.
In fact, half of what I got, I wish I could give away.
And I don't hear anything. I just see the.
Well, you hear these guys talking now. So you
Sure,
and you
but,
see
okay.
and you see the elf talking. You see him speaking, and I mean, look, you can make out every couple of words that he's saying because you're reading his lips a little bit.
All right.
I really want to do this, but I think it's really a terrible idea.
Uh-oh.
All right, well, wait, I've got a moment here.
Okay, take a moment.
Boy, this lady is weird, and I don't know what this thing is inside her, but I can't just sit here and let it kill her. First off, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself
Okay.
for this medicine check.
Okay.
So medicine, ooh, that was a 25.
Ooh, get your D4.
I'm gonna do my D4 too. 4.
4.
Nice.
Okay.
29. I want to heat my dagger and make a small incision in her abdomen that will let me reach my finger in and touch the stone.
Okay. So safely you cut into her. How long are you going to make this cut?
I said, Handa, go down to the store, buy yourself a hat, and get ready to hold the fuck on to it. This is about to be some ill shit. All right.
All right. How wide are you going to make this cut?
An inch.
An inch, just to touch it.
Just to stick a finger in and touch the stone.
Okay.
Anyway.
Success, and she doesn't seem to be losing any extra blood. Your hot dagger cauterized whatever like wound it would be, and you can touch the stone. It is smooth, and it is definitely stone.
At a range of touch, I can cast stone shape.
Oh.
Whoa.
And I am going to change the stone. Now, here's the thing. I can change it into another shape. What I'm hoping is I can sort of meld it into a shape that can easily, that she can easily pass, and then reform it back into its original shape.
How long does it last? Stone shape.
I mean, well, you want me to read the text of it?
No, you don't have to. Just tell me.
It says, because here it doesn't have a duration. It's just you touch a stone object of medium size or smaller, or a section of stone, blah blah blah, and form it into any shape that suits your purpose. So, for example, you could shape a large rock into a weapon, idol, coffer, whatever. So the part that's iffy is, can I, with one casting, shape it into one shape, maintain contact, and then shape it back into its original shape?
So I'll allow you to shape it into a long spear-like shape that comes up out of the incision that you made on her stomach. So super
Okay.
thin.
So I can sort of
and
draw
super
it
long.
out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And so you
All
do
right.
that.
I do that.
All right. And then tell me how you like remove the final bit of her and what you do at that moment.
So, I put my finger in and I touch the stone and I pull my finger up. And as I pull my finger up, stone sort of trails behind it. And I keep going up, up, up. And then I have to stand up to keep pulling the stone out, with my finger. And finally I get, and it's all sort of nice, rounded, smoothed. And I bring it out. And then the last, bit with a rounded end just comes out of the incision.
Ugh.
Can I do something at the same time? I know it's
Yes.
going to be. So, Filner's going to ask, Ionis, you said you saw him standing in front of me. Is he still standing in front of me now?
and I do still see him. Yes, Tom.
You do, yeah.
He's right there. He's right in front of you. Yes.
I'm going to grab the quarterstaff off my back
Oh shit.
and I'm going to sweep it around in front of me.
Okay, it makes contact.
And what happens?
You feel it make contact. And John, you see suddenly a spectral Filnir standing where Paraso was standing.
Oh shit.
And now a fully formed, scraggly elf in the flesh is standing where Filnir was.
What?
Ah,
I'm delivering this baby. You better handle this, Jonas.
What
Filnir,
the hell
Filnir,
have you
my
done?
boy.
Filnir!
Filnir.
Where's Filnir? Filnir, can you hear me?
And he looks at his hand and he drops the quarterstaff out of it and it lands on the ground and he just looks around and he touches his face and he touches his teeth and he looks right at you, Jonas, and he says, "What is this magic? What are you doing, wizard?"
I did nothing. This is... I thought you did this. What have you done?
I have done the most wonderful thing in the world. I must have defeated Walter Faust. He was much more powerful than me, but I've defeated him. I could kiss you. I could kiss you, wizard. Look at me. I am a full man.
Back up. You seem to have dropped something.
Oh, what is this? No. I know what you are trying to do.
I'm not trying to do anything. You dropped it. It seems to be a trophy of yours. Why don't you pick it up?
No, you are the wizard who will scorch people when they are not looking. I know you. I know you.
Oh, come on.
You run away.
We traveled together and we fought many beings together. Come on now.
You. Where is Donatis? Where is he? Has he brought me back? Has he chosen me and said I am worthy?
All I know is this staff was here. I was looking at it. It was floating in the air from the sky, and then you appeared. I think it is for you.
Give me a deception check. Give me a deception check. I like what you're putting down.
Here we go. Deception, son of a bitch. That's a 10.
Okay. All right. So Abel, what are you doing with this stone spear?
What's it look like?
Okay, so it is.
So listen,
it's
and
about
I didn't
12
want to
feet
use
long.
these words, but I certainly wouldn't make anything with sharp edges if I'm trying to draw it out of a woman.
Sorry.
So I will say more like stone quarterstaff at this point. I was gonna say stone dildo. Earlier,
stone dildo, yeah. It's really long. So you've taken
12 feet is really long.
Yeah, it's really, really, really long. It's very unwieldy. And as it comes out, you do start to see weird things like you kind of see that maybe this area about like 3 feet up from where you pull it. I'm imagining this thing is, if it's an inch diameter, it's a lot of mass to make into an inch diameter. That's why it's so long. But you see something looks like maybe this was a toe, and then it comes up a little bit more, and you see maybe this was a knee, and then you see a nose, and it's all screwed up because it's all like in this like long form thing. But you are starting to see things, and then you see an eye, and the eye on this long like dildo, as you called it, has an
Now
eye.
I'm regretting calling it
Yes,
that even more
you
than
should.
I did when I said
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah.
There's an eye on this staff.
On the
It's not
staff.
a quarter staff. It's a
On
full
the
12-foot staff.
Yeah. And it's blinking open and close. And Handa says, "Oh, priest, thank you. Oh, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. Everything I did, it wasn't worth it." And she's saying it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. And she passes out. Filnir,
Yeah, I'm floating above this conversation. That
you are not floating above this conversation.
I'm not floating.
I need
Okay.
I need you to give me a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
What have I done? Ooh, I got a 10.
Okay. You are just clobbered with the haft of a great axe, and you were knocked to your ass, and then you see this like fully armored man holding the axe up, and he's about to come crashing down on you, and he says, "Foul beast, this will be your end for real this time." And he like starts to swing the axe down. He stops. He says, "Half elf,
Yes, Faust.
what the fuck is going on here, half elf?"
Paraso is in more places than one, it seems. He is...
Well, he's not here.
No, I will return him to you shortly. Give yourself a chance to recoup your strength. He is on the defense, it sounds like. He is intimidated, so you are winning this battle.
Half elf, how long have I been here?
In my world, this has been a matter of days. 3, perhaps.
Oh my.
How long has it been here?
Well, I don't know. Much longer than that, for sure.
Are you responsible for the maple tree on the tower? Does that sound like something you could have made?
Maybe. I don't remember much. I do remember. I remember being pulled straight down, and I remember reaching up, and I felt so foolish. I felt so foolish. And I don't remember why.
Well, not to gloat, but Abel's understanding of the ritual was correct. The reason that you are fighting Paraso and not I is because you were the last soul taken by the blade.
And you have not been here cursing me this whole time.
Absolutely not. If I could encourage you or give you some sort of boon, I would.
It's very strange. I hear your voice when I swing my great axe and I miss wildly. And you yell at me and you tell me I'm no good, and then it hurts my head. Hurts
I do
my
not
brain.
think that is me. I think that is Paraso. I think he knows your frustrations, and I think he knows that we were at odds before your battle began.
It's
I
very
think
strange.
he's trying to play with your head. Ignore it. Do what you can. Strike true, strike hard.
You're a good elf.
Can I try to make this end? Does it work the same way as it did in the hut, in the tower back in Lake and Hearth?
It may, but let's get back. I'm going to get back up to the other
Sure.
guys for a
Yeah.
second. Yeah. All right. So Abel and Ionis, you have a passed out woman. You have a 12-foot long stone quarterstaff.
And do I have any ability to continue shaping this stone?
Yeah,
or
sure.
is it frozen in shape?
Sure. I'll let you continue to shape it.
So I start frantically trying to put eyes and nose and things in the right place.
It's good when you didn't know what it looked like in the first place.
Mashing it all together. Right. I don't know. I mean, listen, Abel's never really been a craftsman, but I do have the spell mending, which I
Sure.
can use also to sort of, if I break anything, kind of put it back together. Do you want me to roll an ability check on this?
No. Here, like, you've told me what you want to be doing. I'm going to let you be doing this thing. And it's getting closer to what you think it may have looked like. The problem is you didn't see it, right? Like you
Right.
touched it and pulled it out of this thing. So
I thought it was an egg.
yeah. And so you're sort of frantically putting it back in the shape that you think it belongs in. And Ionis, you see him doing this. Like he is moving his hands and he's pushing this like 12-foot long thing back. And you see him sort of start to form a foot in a place. And at this point you see the elf reach down and pick up a rock, and he is moving toward Abel to strike him.
All right. And all of a sudden, that elf hears,
Paraso, you left the boon on the ground. Strike with the boon.
Whose boon was it? Whose boon? Donatus?
It was a boon for you.
He looks around. But Donatus, if we do not kill the priest, he could end it all.
Kill the priest with the boon. Paraso.
All right, give me a your choice: perception, deception. I mean, as perception, performance or deception. Your choice.
oh, hell.
Or
Why not?
persuasion.
Okay, persuasion. We'll go persuasion this time.
Okay.
That's a 20, not natural.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
But can I? Oh. And he reaches down and picks up the quarterstaff, and Filnir is holding the quarterstaff in his hand.
Jonas just starts dancing.
I am literally on the edge of my seat right now. Oh, man.
and Tim, you still have the quarterstaff in your hand, and you're in the middle of a conversation with Walter Faust, and now you're back in this cave, and you see Abel is like crunching down a rock and trying to make it look sort of like a human baby, kind of, but it's like rounded and it's really, really, really screwed up.
Guys, I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a long time since I've seen a baby. I don't know what it looked like to begin with.
And you hear, Filnir, no, fuck, Faust, shit. and John, you see the spectral image of the elf like reaching out for the quarterstaff, but he cannot do it. There's no intentionality there on the side of the quarterstaff, and then you see his whole body like in a very like non-natural way just get like suddenly sent about 20 feet over and disappears into the wall.
Whew.
And Sam is, Abel is back still crunching through with this rock baby.
Abel, what is this?
I don't know. It came out of that lady.
Fjellnir, put that thing away first.
Put the staff away.
Put the staff away. Put it away.
Okay, I'll throw it back over my back.
I keep trying to make arms, and they just look like snakes. I roll them in my hands like this, and I don't know how to do it any other way.
How's Handa?
Handa's unconscious.
She's unconscious.
Yeah.
Does she look any different under the glasses?
No.
No. Okay.
No. She doesn't look different under the glasses. She just looks like she is probably dying.
I have a potion of healing. I also have 4 bottles that I picked up at some point that we never discovered what they were.
Mm-hmm.
Abel, these potions have been meant for you, but Handa appears to need healing. Are you able to provide it, or should I give her a potion?
I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep shaping this stone. I don't want this kid to have weird divot in his forehead. Give me just a second. Just give me a second. This won't last for long.
A minor illusion, a baby in front of Abel. Look at this.
Okay. Oh, 10 fingers.
This is what they look like when they come out. I know, they're kind of funny. I almost want to touch the staff to the stone and see if anything happens, but now I'm scared.
God damn it, put that thing away.
So how much longer do I have?
Oh, I mean,
going on this?
you're getting it. You're making it look kind of like a human baby.
Mhm.
The nose is in the right place. The eyes are sort of working. You guys notice that as he like works more and more and more on it, it's starting to look more and more like Ionis.
Oh no.
Real big head, real skinny body.
Yeah. And
Blueberry on a toothpick.
and your shape stone is done, and you are holding in your hand a 30-pound rock infant, and it just sort of turns its head back and forth and just like clearly is seeing you, and it has this single moment where it looks up at the light well in this room, and then you see the light go out of it, and it's dead.
Ooh.
The light goes out. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I turn and I'm gonna cast a healing word on Handa.
Okay.
5 healing.
So she is still unconscious, but you can tell that she's not dead.
Okay.
And you all 3 hear sound again, and through the light well you hear this sort of echoing rumble, and it just rumbles once, and then are you still holding the baby?
Yeah, and I shout to the heavens, whoever is listening, I see that the animating spirit has left this stone, and I pray only that it is not because of something I did.
And it shakes again. The light well shakes again. And then the stone baby that you hold in your hand, it turns into thousands of little pebbles. And the pebbles fall to the ground. And you're holding it, with both of your hands as the pebbles sort of fall down to the ground. And um and Handa opens her eyes for a second and looks up at you, and she reaches down to her belly to the hole that you made, and reaches into her belly and pulls out another pebble and kisses it, and she falls down dead, and the pebble
Damn.
rolls out of her hand and it rolls to your feet, Abel. And you see that this pebble is round and it's got little bitty eyes on it, and and uh and little bitty feet, and it doesn't look like a human baby at all. It looks like a small round pebble.
I pick it up.
And you can feel the life in it. And you hear,
You did your best. Bring it to me.
I look around the room for any obvious place from where someone might be speaking.
you see the hallway. Do you have your linders on or no?
Yes,
Okay.
I've had them on the whole time.
So you see where the dwarf with two heads has sort of sealed off the room. You see the black of a nose and in a sort of a tongue sticking out, kind of coming through that part of the wall. And you hear the voice again say,
Into my wolf's mouth.
And I hold the pebble over my head and I say, Donatus, I presume.
You presume correct.
I do not serve your will. Yet.
The youngling is worth nothing to me. It is only worth something to you.
What is your will, Donatus?
Give my pebble to my wolf.
What is your will for the Breen Valley?
I don't care what happens to the Breen Valley.
What do you care for?
I care for the mountains.
Would Ehi see them drowned?
Ehi is a cold, wet bitch. I care for one thing. I would like to see the mountains reign supreme as we should. I would like to see the dwarves return to us. And I would like to see the lake remain a lake and not an ocean.
Very well.
No, but none of us hear this, right? This is just.
Oh, you all hear this. Yeah.
Oh,
you
we
all
all
hear
hear
this. You all hear this.
And looking around everywhere, I also don't see anything. I just hear a voice.
You
with the
just hear a
lenders.
voice, and you see, Pawson's little nose sticking out of the
Of the wall.
wall. Yeah.
his nose is sticking through it. Paulson, be good.
I'm always good.
I walk over and I give him the pebble.
Okay. And he swallows it. And the room suddenly just looks like a cave again. And John, you recognize where you are. You are in that same cave right where you originally stepped out of the portal from Monterre. And you're standing right in front of the tree that Percy was talking about. And you see that the tree is decorated almost like a Christmas tree. And there are ornaments hanging off of it in various places. And it looks an awful lot like a rendering of the tree on Lake Spire Pass. And you see glowing for a moment an 8-sided star and the image of Moradin's hammer on another branch, and a line that is sort of snaking through like a vein between those two ornaments. And then it's just the light is gone from that.
The line, does it look is it thick? Can I grab it?
You can reach out, but the light is gone from it already. It's just it just looks like it's been drawn with chalk.
But the tree is real?
It's drawn with chalk.
It is a chalk tree.
Yeah, but you wipe it, it doesn't go away.
And I look around and I see Abel and Filner beside me.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's there, even Pawson.
Okay.
Handa is not there.
Handa is not. Abel, what did you do? This is where I came out of the portal from Monterre. This is how I got here. I don't see the portal now. I just see this tree sketch.
Paulson, how are you feeling?
I feel connected. My tooth hurts because I chewed. But I feel like I just took my master's nut.
Okay.
And I feel
Jesus.
And I feel like it might be sprouting inside of me. Is that good?
Paulson, I wish I knew. But I think for better or worse, we've got the favor of the mountain.
I think I do have the favor of the mountain, too.
Well, how about you stay with us and see if we can keep this whole valley from turning into a goddamn ocean at the will of some goddamn octopus.
I like that idea. But I don't feel like I used to feel. Half-elf.
Yes, Paulson.
will you be the one that rides me from now on?
Yes.
Do you hear that, Donatus? I swear myself to this half-elf. Your will be done through me and through him, and will bring your son or your daughter into this world. And he leans toward you and he sort of sniffs at you and he rolls onto his back and he sort of lays there for a second with his head back on the ground and he says, God damn it, half-elf, this belly's not going to rub itself.
I'll give it some scratches.
And thus ends episode 34. Everyone must end the Dungeon
Holy
Dance podcast.
Wow.
That was incredible.
That was
Oh,
intense.
Oh, unreal.
That was a good one.
Unreal.
You guys touching that fucking quarterstaff on Paraso. Doing the stone shape. Then convincing that fucking elf to pick up the quarterstaff. What?
That was like we've definitely had in this show some big moments and some definitely some edge of your seat moments. That was the first time where we had 3 threads going at the same time that we were sort of intercutting between, where I was had my jaw on the floor for each one for different reasons.
My cheeks hurt from the grin I've had on my face
I
for
know.
the past. How long
man,
is it?
this
Like
is fun.
half an hour? Oh man.
This is so fun.
Oh, so good. That was so good.
Oh man. And it was so good I didn't even have to give John the wizard book that was in that room.
God damn it. God damn it. God damn
It wasn't even there, John. Don't worry. He's just saying it now.
Yeah. You just never know with this guy.
No.
If only you
Could be.
had deciphered the tree on the wall, you would have learned 3 new spells.
I know. He didn't give me a chance to do the Arcana check on the chalk tree. It's all right. Next
Uh-oh.
episode.
Next episode.
We still
you
got a
wanna
lot
do
to
the next episode
do.
right now. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, should we just keep rolling? Roll on into the next one?
I'm not ready. I gotta steel myself for what comes next.
Oh
Oh
no!
shit.
Oh no!
I
Well,
got some writing to do for scene making here.
Well, that was a lot. That was a lot in 90 minutes.
Yeah, that was
Seriously,
a lot.
dude.
90
My
minutes.
gosh, man. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Abel got his hand back.
Awesome.
I should have known when her name was Handa.
You should have known.
After he got it back, you said, and then Handa falls on. I was like, oh, Handa, of course.
It's either that or she's a piece of IKEA furniture.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Mekelslav Handa. Oh man.
Well,
All
hey,
right, everybody.
I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about on the bonus episode.
yeah, for
Indeed.
sure. I have
Absolutely.
I have a lot to unpack here. I did have 2 things I didn't get to, and I'm gonna have to save it for later.
I think that's a good idea.
What, you had
Yeah,
more
way to go.
planned for this episode?
Well, I didn't expect Filner to go down to Walter Faust beforehand.
I mean, I didn't really expect that either, to be fair.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought it
that
would be
was
more like the
awesome.
floating over
Yeah.
disembodied thing.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, no, hold up. You don't go, you're not floating over this in a disembodied way.
That got me hard. You said
Whoa,
parasol.
Okay.
I meant, oh wow, that came out wrong. That really came out wrong.
All right, and with that, we should switch over to the bonus episode. and see
John's
what
got my
John
front.
Really meant.
John's got my front.
I'm gonna say
That-
toodaloo, everybody.
That
Yeah,
really
hit
got
that
him, is what he
Patreon.
meant to say.
Yeah,
that
do
really
it.
Hit us
got
with
him.
the comments on Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Thank you for listening.
And patrons, stay
Toodaloo.
tuned next
Stay
week
tuned.
for the bonus episode.
Indeed.
Be well, everybody.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Be well.
Choo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-